Hello class, welcome to another video. Let's speak English. This time I'm going to give you some tips which will help you to write stories. So let's say you get this assignment, this task. Write a crime or detective story of about 300 words in length. How do you start? Not so easy, huh? Here are a few tips that will help you. First tip. Start with the ending. This may sound strange, but it's a good tip to think about how the story ends and then work back from the end of the story. In this example, I just invented this sentence. Mr. Jones started to run away from Inspector Smith, but he caught him by the arm and arrested him for murdering his neighbor's cat. Sounds interesting. And then you think about what happens before this. Story writing tip number 2. Start with the characters. Who is in this story? In this example, I decide that Mr. Jones was a lonely man who lived with his mother in West Ontario, Canada. After coming home from the work at the post office, he loved taking naps in the afternoon. Sounds interesting. Write a name down on a piece of paper and see what this person is like. Story tip number 3. Start with the victims, die Opfer. For example, who got killed in this story? Well, before I had the cat. So I'm going to say the cat, Nellie the cat, was Mrs. Tootman's favorite cat. And I'm going to go on to describe why Nellie is Mrs. Tootman's favorite cat, for example. And then I say, oh, then she found her behind the house on the ground, not breathing. Oh no! It makes for a very thrilling story. What about tip number 4? Start with, what do you think? Pictures. Yes. You can look on the internet for pictures that will inspire you for your story. Here are 2 tips where you can find copyright-friendly pictures. These pictures mean that they can be used by anyone without violating copyright law. So here I have 2 pictures of detectives, a policeman, and a cat. And the last tip, tip number 5. Be inspired by real or fictional crime or detective stories. This means there are so many crime stories, detective stories on movies, TV, in books, but also real life. Take a look at the internet and see what stories you can find and think about how they presented the story. So that's it. Story writing doesn't have to be hard. If you want to know more, you can follow these links. Thanks for watching.